Hello, friendos.
Welcome back to the world of the Macabre, and today we investigate a cold-blooded murder of a content creator gone mad. Timey-wimey wibbly wop. Welcome back to another episode on all the nasty but small grotesque true crime cases throughout history. All right here in my library of chaos. Name work in progress. And I guess so is the library. But don't worry, it will get there. The mahogany table will always remain. We aren't getting rid of the table. We are back here today to discuss probably the most recent case we ever had, which involves a brutal murder, and by the hands of a YouTuber, no doubt. So there's basically going to be true crime mixed with commentary. Perhaps it could be the biggest crossover since Endgame. This is the brutal but badly calculated murder by Folk Saxon, aka Stephen McCulla. Stephen McCulla was born in Belfast, Northern Ireland on the 17th of February 1990. A real exciting time to be alive there. Not much is known about his childhood, so it's presumed he grew up reasonably fine. Before he was ever a content creator detailing the crazy world Doctor Who offers, he first worked at the Belfast Telegraph as an online content editor, probably triggering his own interest to create his own content online. In 2010, he went on to create his Folk Saxon 07 YouTube channel doing all things Doctor Who, and just in time for many to see how hot Amy Pond was. His first ever episode was doing a review for the 11th Doctor's Sonic Screwdriver.
Viewers and random Doctor Who fans, so you want to take your toy sonic screwdriver and make it look a bit more like the prop in the actual show? Well, it's your lucky day because I'm going to actually show you. Some duct tape, some pliers, a screwdriver, an actual screwdriver, a file, a flat-bladed knife, a rusty old horrible screw, normal screws also work, a pair of scissors, and of course some glue. Now you want to get yourself some actual proper glue, not that cheap crap, so it costs a little more but it's a lot more effective. And be very careful, like I said, because it could easily break. You will hear a series of sort of snaps, but that's just the crappy glue that they've used to put this together breaking off. So eventually, once you've pried that open and done that, you'll be able to pull that off and remove it.
He also made tons of other videos detailing and reviewing items from the show and many other toys and gadgets ranging from other properties, including Ghostbusters, James Bond, Spider-Man and many more. So yes, he didn't get out much. But sadly in 2014 his mother passed away, and just a year later in 2015 so did his dad John, effectively making Stephen an orphan. Even though he was a grown man at this point, I'm sure he will totally behave himself. Stephen also had an eye disease which was affecting his corneas, so around the 2010s he had an operation on both of his corneas to replace them and getting rid of the disease. Despite these several setbacks, he continued to make videos detailing several toys and more. He even became a member of the site Following the Nerd, a news site covering all nerd entertainment, and briefly appeared on Robot Wars. But this level of fame came crashing down just last year. In August 22nd of 2022, Stephen began dating a woman named Natalie McNally. Isn't known how well their relationship was or how they treated each other. I assume him talking about a lot of Doctor Who was involved though. Only just a few months later in November, she was already expecting a baby. Wrap your willy before you get silly, Stephen. Like seriously, you don't want a situation like this on your hands. But in December, the unthinkable happened. It appeared that Stephen had murdered Natalie while she was 15 weeks pregnant with their child at this point. He immediately denied it as he had an alibi that night he murdered her. He was streaming GTA Vice City.
And let that bad boy sit, because I'll tell you something, son. I'm spitting feathers. I'm spitting feathers. I just realised I'm literally going to be drinking and driving. In the game, by the way, I'm not leaving the house tonight, so yeah, in the game I will be drunk while driving in the game. I'll be drunk in real life, I'll be driving in the game. Just keep myself in the good book, shall we say? Ah, fuck off. You don't know me. You don't know what I've suffered. Get the fuck out of me, why? No one's coming to save you. Yep, that's physics. That's what would happen in the real world. Abso-fucking-notly. Abso-fucking-notly. I did hit you, and I liked it. Do you have like any decent fast cars knocking about here? Oh, silly of me. Attack, panic, attack. That's what we're doing.
Throughout this creepy and disturbing stream, he never once played the mission Whack the Wife. Would make a lot of sense in this situation. Obviously this alibi didn't work for long. He literally did pre-record the video from earlier in the week, you dumb sod, and he would be charged for a murder.
Detectives from the major investigation team investigating the murder of Natalie McNally are releasing CCTV footage, along with details of a reward from the charity Crime Stoppers. Crime Stoppers, who are independent of police, have offered a reward of up to £20,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of those responsible for Natalie's murder.
It was found out that Stephen had beaten, strangled and stabbed Natalie, which occurred right after the supposed stream, making it the worst alibi in the world. During the trial, it was revealed that it wasn't because of the coming baby, as it wasn't a secret they were dating, but it was revealed that she had texted an ex-boyfriend via WhatsApp, and that Stephen had also seen them. So, like a normal person, instead of talking to her about it, he left her a mangled mess for cops and her family to find. Mission accomplished, I guess, Stephen? It was also revealed on the night of her murder, before she came home, she was watching the World Cup final with her family. Their last memory of her was witnessing this truly special moment for Argentina. Speaking of her family, they had a few words to Stephen during the trial. Prosecutors first called his plot cold and calculating, which is extremely generous from the prosecution. Family and friends of Natalie said their many thoughts on the trial, many that made Stephen look like a real ball bag for even trying this in the first place. CCTV showed on the night of the murder that a man who looked like Stephen with his face covered and wearing gloves getting on the bus to Natalie's. There's also debunked the entire stream alibi he had in general, and the verdict being anything but innocent, and guilty he indeed was. He was just sentenced recently and is now in prison. Be careful he never drops a soap or risk having his tiny sonic screwdriver being touched. So this ends this dreary case of a YouTuber who murdered his girlfriend out of a jealous rage. But cases like these will never end, and more will be soon coming. See you next time on the world of the Macabre.